Hello Gemini, welcome to your June 2023 astrology forecast. Now this video is for Sun, Moon and Rising Gemini. If you'd like to book a reading for any of the astrology transits mentioned, you can do so as well. There will be a link down below as well as a link for appreciation of these videos. Now, we've passed eclipse season in May, and that could have been very challenging for all of us, and Mercury retrograde as well, which is a good thing. And June is not that much of an intense month, although we do have some astrological shifts that are important to you especially. Now, on the 3rd, we have a full moon happening in Sagittarius, and this is happening opposite you, right? So this is your 7th house, Gemini, of relationships. This is where relationships, especially with full moons, can come to an end. Either a relationship evolves where you decide like where things can get quite heated with the full moon and you lay down some boundaries and the relationship shifts in a new way, or a relationship can come to an end where you no longer want to be a part of that partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be professional. It can be romantic, yes, and it can also be a friendship, but you really are re-evaluating your relationships, what changes need to happen, and what relationships need to come to an end, and how you connect to others. Now, on the 5th of June, we have Venus moving into your 3rd house. Venus in the 3rd, Venus is about love, luxury, and beauty, right? And the 3rd house is about communication, connection, the people around us, our environment, where you can beautify your environment, where you want to express yourself. And, you know, when you express yourself, your words just bring harmony and more sweetness to others when communicating. However, Venus will be from June until October in this 3rd house. And that's because there is a Venus retrograde that happens in July of 2023. And the pre-shadow period of Venus starts on the 19th of June 2023. So Venus retrogrades ask us to reassess our relationships, our values, and our finances. So understand that you'll be going through a shift when it comes to communication, how you connect to others. This is where information from others can come to light, especially during the pre-shadow period and retrograde. It's a lot about how you think as well, your mind, your intellect, how you communicate, how you express yourself, connection through the means of communication. Especially with Venus in the 3rd, this is where people can send you text messages. Anyone that you have a connection to, can also be exes that can return during a Venus retrograde. So watch out for the pre-shadow period. But it's a lot of, or people from the past that you shared emotional connection to when it comes to Venus. That's important to also take note of. But it is a reassessment that is happening. Venus will be in Leo when this retrograde happens. So a lot of heated stuff and dramatic communication can happen during this time. On the 11th of June, Pluto will retrograde for you, right? Because Pluto is already in retrograde, but it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, and that's your 8th house. So since 2008, you've been working through shared resources, debt, investments, how you take care of your finances. This is tying that up when Pluto is back into Capricorn, reassessing what you've learned from 2008. It's about also transforming your psyche, your psychological issues, fears, doubts, trauma, pain, betrayal, secrets, all of that stuff. You're reassessing, reevaluating, letting go. Pluto is about empowerment and finding empowerment through difficult experiences, especially in the 8th house. But it also has to do with your debt and finances and how you actually work with your money and reassessing that. On the 11th of June, Mercury will move into your 1st house. This gives you some mental clarity, right? And you want to communicate from your perspective, your point of view. The communication that you have is very much focused on your goals and what's important to you. On the 17th of June, Saturn will retrograde for you. Now, Saturn is in Pisces. It moved into Pisces on the 7th of March, but this retrograde happens in your 10th house. And retrogrades are again about thinking back, reassessing, and especially when it comes to Saturn, about the structures that happen to be within your career, your goals, and your reputation. So any goals that you have that are personal to you doesn't have to be your career. You could be studying something to get to the point of where you want to go within your career. A goal can be like, I want to complete this garden that I'm growing in order to have beautiful herbs. It's a goal. So whenever you have a goal, that's the 10th house, okay? So it's reassessing, reevaluating your goals in order to make them more stable within your life. On the 18th, 17th, a new moon will be happening in your first house, and this is really good, giving you clarity and focus upon yourself and what you need to do when it comes to fresh starts and new beginnings that you truly want within your life. It is birthday season, so it is a time to celebrate yourself. So happy birthday, Gemini. Understand that this is a time for you to reinvent, reevaluate everything you've been through in the past year and who you are now and how you want to move forward. On the 21st, the sun will move into your second house. And on the 26th, Mercury will also move into your second house. This has you thinking about your income, your money, how you earn your money, and also upping your skills and talents in order to boost your income in some way. The two things that you need to be aware of, obviously, is the Venus retrograde pre-shadow period on the 19th of June, which has to do with us reassessing values and finances, and especially for you, is your communication to others and connection to others, and letting go and releasing and healing within that. And on the 17th, that Saturn retrograde when it comes to your career and restructuring. Now, Saturn has been in Pisces from the 7th of March, so it's been working you, especially when it comes to your career, restricting you, frustrating you, asking you to let go of things that are redundant or not viable, but it's definitely giving you the energy to move forward so that you can build stability when it comes to your career. And the Saturn retrograde is just that reassessment after the experience that you've had from the 7th of March with everything happening in the sign of Pisces with Saturn. So reassessing what you've learned and what's told you about what is real and solid. Saturn likes solid, structured things within our life. Whenever something is wafty or an illusion, it shows us that in order for us to build stability for the years to come. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed June.